Greetings, sports fans. ASMR Sports back with you today for a pretty cool pack opening video. Our friend Tom, who has placed a number of orders with my online card shop, hotcardboard.com, and asked that his items be opened on a video. Is back again, and we've got some really cool older packs here, starting with 82 Topps baseball, home of potentially Cal Ripken rookie cards, and then we've got a bunch of 85 Topps, which have rookie cards of notably Kirby Puckett, Roger Clemens, Mark McGuire's probably the big one, and a few others, like Dwight Gooden and so forth. So those will be fun. I have to say, I'm a huge fan of 85 Topps myself, and rarely get to open so much of it. Occasionally we'll get a pack or two, but a big stack like that, not so much. Then last but not least, we have a jumbo pack of 2017 Topps Update. These have been selling quite rapidly. I had most of a box. I think I opened a box and did like a couple packs on video a while ago, and since that time I've kind of been regularly selling these packs, and this is the last one I have from that box, so hopefully we'll get some cool stuff. There's a number of different Judge cards you can get, which would, all be rookie cards out of here. And beyond that, I think it's like, I don't know, Cody Bellinger rookies probably, but his stuff is really not worth much. So yeah, I don't really know what order to go in, but I feel sort of compelled to start kind of with the old stuff first, mostly because I feel like our odds are the worst with the older stuff, given that there's a lot of kind of cool Hall of Famer cards in these older packs, but the only rookie worth having is the Ripken and then the 85 stuff. There's kind of, more cards that can come out of those, and maybe even more cards possible out of the 2017, so maybe we'll go in reverse chronological order here. There's Gary Lavelle with the wax stain there. Glenn Adams. So I've opened these packs before, and yeah, they're pretty crispy. The cards inside, you can see, if I can show you the kind of gloss on there. The corners are real nice. Oh wow, there's a real nice Hall of Famer in very nice condition. Jim Palmer is our first hit out of the 82. I like that sleeve. So very cool. So yeah, I think the idea, whenever you open these older packs, other than to see some really awesome older cards, is to, find the real gem looking cards and maybe send some in and get some 10s. Because, any of the cards raw out of these, even the Ripken, are not super high value. I mean, a raw Ripken that looks really nice is probably going to sell for $30, but, if it gets a PSA 10, it'll probably be multiple hundreds. So, anyways, so that's a good start. Really nice condition, Jim Palmer right there. All right, Oscar Gamble, Floyd Bannister. I like how the Oscar Gamble has the autograph like on the upper left side there, going vertically instead of horizontal. Floyd Bannister, Reggie Cleveland with a little bit of printer kind of error there. It's like a little extra red on the white. Doug Distances signing an autograph there on a program or something, looks like. And yeah, I remember these came with a sticker back in '82, at least based on the ones I've opened before. Certainly could not have told you that before I had these. John Denny, Dave Stapleton, Mike Griffin, starting to get a little off center there, very heavy on the bottom. Aurelio Lopez, who my friend once told me is one of only like 2 players to have all of the vowels A-E-I-O-U in his name, and he actually has all those in his first name. So quite a feat. Chuck Rainey for the Red Sox. We got a Montreal Expulse leaders, Warren Cromartie, the hitting leader, Bill Gulkson, the pitching leader by ERA, and then Sammy Stewart. This was the gum card, I think. Got some residue on there. Okay. Well, there's pack number 1. We got a pretty crispy looking Hall of Famer out of the first pack, so I'd call that a win. This one, the gum did not quite survive as nicely. So many thanks to Tom for placing this order and for allowing us to open it on camera, and I'm always grateful for people who are willing to do that for us, and Tom has been willing to do that many times with quite a number of orders, so really appreciate him, and thanks to him for kicking us off here with some really cool older baseball stuff. Dave Bergman, Mike Ramsey, Lenny Randall, some centering issues in this one. Our sticker is going to be Larry Herndon. Rick Dempsey with another one of those upper left vertical signatures, laying down the bunt there. Longtime catcher for the Orioles. We got Jeff Leonard, Benny Ayala. Well, we got Jim Palmer before. Now we got Dave Palmer. No relation, I don't think. Maybe he is. I don't think so. Alright, we got an inaction of Al Oliver. Larry Christensen, our lax pack, which is our gum-addled pack, is Ellis Valentine, so we got skunked on that second pack. Unfortunately, but it was really cool to see those cards. And now, let's get into these 85 Topps packs. Looking for those McGuires. Yeah, 85 Topps packs always seem like, I don't know, really sentimental to me, because when I just started collecting, which was really about 87 or so, 88, 85 sets, but 85 tops perhaps most prominently was just such a, like a sort of white whale set, because, you know, all of the guys in that set, the Gooden, the Clemens, the Puckett, even like Alvin Davis, and McGuire, you know, were just huge in the hobby. Oh man, scared me there for a minute, but so, you know, ton of valuable cards at that time, and I was just a, you know, young kid with no money. Grew up actually pretty poor, so basically I had, you know, maybe I had $5 here and there every couple months, but other than that, I was basically, you know, trying to turn cards I had into money so I could buy packs. And for a pack 85 tops, you were probably paying back then, I don't know, like $3-4 or something, which seemed insane to me. You could get a pack of 87 tops for, you know, 30 cents. So the idea of getting one of those, or like 10 packs of 87 tops, I was definitely going to go for the 87 tops, but I really wanted that 85 tops, but couldn't afford it, so didn't get to open any. Quickly before I go on, this card here is a 84 U.S. baseball team, so it featured some of the players on the 84 Olympic team. And Mark McGuire is the big chase out of that subset within this set. So that's generally what the Mark McGuire card looks like. Pardon my stomach here. I'm recording in the morning, which is something I don't normally do, so I haven't eaten yet. Harold Baines draft pick. So they did this other insert set, which featured the #1 overall draft pick from a number of years, and of course when they do 1977, they're going back to a player that, you know, had a rookie card long before this set. But I believe they had some from, like, you know, 84 or 85, where the player was like either a rookie in this set or pretty close to it. So that was another kind of innovation that was in this 85 set that allowed you to get, you know, another card of a guy that was very young in the league. Because remember, you know, before about I would say 89, before about 1989, it was very rare to get a card of a player, you know, who was not a regular roster player in the big leagues. You had to wait quite a while for, you know, players to get through the minor leagues and onto the major league team before you ever saw their cards in any of the big sets from Topps Donruss Fleer. There was a time, you know, after 89 where that started to change, and either through things like a subset of, you know, rookie prospects or draft picks, or just, you know, doing regular cards of guys that, you know, would not be in the major leagues for quite some time. You would have a chance to get cards of players very early, and a good example of that is like Derek Jeter's card from 1993 Topps. It was like a draft pick card. Well, Derek Jeter would not play a game in the major leagues until I think like 96. But he was very hyped because he was, you know, a top Yankee draft pick, and, you know, a lot of people, well, that's a really nice condition card, very centered, crispy corners. So in any event, you know, back in these mid-80s sets, to get a card of a player like Mark McGuire, you know, 2 years before he would have a rookie card in any other sets, given how big of a rookie he was, you know, hitting 50 home runs in his rookie season, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal. And actually, we didn't really know how big of a deal it was until 87 when Mark McGwire hit his 50 home runs. I think before that happened, not a lot of people were, chasing the McGwire card that's in this set, but once he became a big deal, people realized, oh crap, that guy's got a rookie card, basically, from like 2 years before. That's a huge, huge deal. So it was very innovative, some of the cards in this set. Here we have Mark Langston. I just wanted to show, because I remember back in, 87, 88, Mark Langston was a pretty, successful young pitcher, and this card was probably worth like $1.50 or something, because it's his rookie card, and because at that, really ever since then, ever since the basically mid-80s, the rookie card chase phenomenon, has been with us. And I remember, any player who had any kind of promise, their rookie card was worth, 50 cents or $1. Bill Doran, Mark Langston, Alvin Davis, all these guys from the 84 and 85 seasons had rookie cards that were worth, a couple bucks or maybe $1 at the time. And now, of course, they're worth like nothing. But for those of us who collected back in the 80s, we remember some of these cards being worth, a decent bit. Boy, we are not pulling. Okay, I just needed to complain, then we get a Hall of Famer. So we got a Carlton Fisk, record breaker, longest game by catcher. Not very exciting, I have to say. And a really off center, Bob Stanley. So we got one of these Team USA Olympic cards. Let's see who it is. Jeez. So we did get one in each pack that we've opened so far. So that's good. Maybe we'll finally get one of the good ones. Bob Caffrey. Just one here. I can't remember how many cards are in this set. I wonder if it's like, 9 or 10 like they did. Kind of a full lineup of players, but only one card of each position. But other than Mark McGwire, there's really nobody who was good on that set, or at least that, sort of stood the test of time back when this stuff came out. And, in about 87, 88, there was a guy named Corey Snyder who had his rookie cards in 87 baseball products. 1987, the year, baseball products, not 87 different baseball products. And that card was pretty valuable when he was kind of a prospect and rookie that a lot of people believed in. I think we got another number one draft pick card. So Corey Snyder was the other kind of bigger one, and what's ironic, I don't know if it's ironic, but it's something interesting that on that 84 USA set, you had a guy named Will Clark, who was throughout the 80s, one of the biggest stars in baseball, but he did not get a card in that set, unfortunately. All right, so this is Darryl Strawberry. He was the number one draft pick in 1980, and this is a second-year card for him. So if we get like some of the 83 draft pick, number one draft picks, they should be guys that are not in the bigs yet, but I can't remember. I don't think there's a big name, and in fact, this card might be the most valuable card in the set, but we might get somebody who, was not in the bigs at the time that they had a card in that set. So there's an all-star card there, Dale Murphy. So back in 85, or 86 or 87, these would have been pretty sweet cards to have. But nowadays, not so much. Jerry Don Clayton, Mel Hall, Keith Atherton. Oh, look at that beauty. Tony Gwynn. So off center, unfortunately, but a cool card nonetheless. deceased Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. Cecil Cooper. Dave Smith. Rob Wilfong. Charlie Liebrant. Floyd Bannister and George Hendrick. So we did get one kind of, solid Hall of Famer. Finally, but the hits are not coming fast and furious from these packs yet. We have at least had some of the cards from that 84 set. Okay. Bert Hooten, Joe Altobelli, Wayne Tollison, Jim Rice, once upon a time would have been a pretty sweet pull, Orta, and another very nice Hall of Famer that unfortunately is a bit off center, so that one won't be graded, but it is a nice card to have. Mike Schmidt, one of the best offensive third basemen of all time. Dave Stapleton, Frank Viola, hero of the 87 Twins pitching staff, the world champion Twins. Ray Fontenot, Atlee Hammaker, Ted Bosley, Tim Lawler, Terry Kennedy, and Bob Kennedy, father-son card. I believe there's one of these of the Boones, who actually had father, son, and grandson. A couple of grandsons of Bob Boone. Or maybe it's Bob Boone's dad. I think Bob Boone is the son on that card that features the Boone family. Alright, 2 more packs to go of the 85 tops, folks. I always loved the way the Mets cards in this set looked. Something about the Mets colors, on these nameplates just really popped for me. Terry Paul, love to see the good rookie come out of here. Even though that card's worth about 30 cents right now. Roy Howley was absolutely the hottest card on earth when I just started collecting. Right around 87, maybe end of 86. Frank Pastor, Jack Perconti, and Rusty Staub looking about 85 in there, although he was probably 39. People age very differently these days. Let's see. Born in 44. So he was actually 41 at this point. Okay, last pack. Let's hope for some last pack magic, as we like to say in the Pokemon world. Not a high value Hall of Famer, but a Hall of Famer nonetheless. Kiko Garcia. Ken Singleton, who is a long time, sort of part-time color announcer for the Yankees. Played a good chunk of his career with the Yankees. But I think it happened after this because I don't see Yankees on here. No, actually, when did he? Maybe he never played. No, I feel like he had at least a season or two with the Yankees, but I'm not sure when that was. I feel like it was not after 85, so I don't know, I might be hallucinating. Maybe he's just a guy who wanted to announce for the Yankees, didn't play for them. Odell Jones. So another one of these draft pick cards going all the way back to 74. Bill Ullman. Not the biggest name. Jim got what? Pete Falcone, John Rabb, and Benny DiStefano. So we did get a few Hall of Famers out of these. None of the big rookies. But as always, super fun to see those packs. Let me wipe off the dust here. These older packs do get a good amount of gum dust and just, paper, cardboard cut dust. Gotta clean up a little bit. Alright, last but not least, we have an 2017 Topps Update Jumbo Hobby Pack. Not to be confused with the fat packs that are retail products. So I have no idea if the auto has been pulled from this box because I don't think I pulled it from, the one or two packs of this that I opened. And then, other than that, I've sold these off on my website. I have no reports about anything anybody's gotten, so maybe there's an auto in here. I think there's in these boxes, I think there's an auto and then 2 memorabilia card hits. So it's a fair number of hits, but the auto is really what you want there. Alright, Joaquin Benoit, Joe Smith, Nolan Fontaine. You know what's been as I open this, I think about actually 2018 Topps stuff, like flagship, because I used to open a ton of that stuff back, in 2018, 2019. But I haven't opened it in a long time, and it would be kind of fun to get into some of that. 2017 Topps, I really didn't open a lot of back in 2017. I was mostly after the Bowman from 2017. So opened a ton of that, but not a lot of 2017 Topps. So a lot of these cards are still pretty new looking to me. Well, there you have it back. At one point, this would have been probably the second best card to pull out of the set. The base rookie of Cody Bellinger is an update. Aaron Judge has cards in here, but his base rookie is in the 2017 Series 1, making that Series 1 flagship one of the more valuable Topps flagship Series 1 sets of the last decade or so. Not a lot of flagship Series 1 sets have much of value in them. Some do. 2018 is actually not terrible. It's got Rafael Devers and a couple other guys that over time have sort of been getting less and less valuable, but for a while there had some pretty good names. But yeah, 2018 update is just loaded to the gills. Starlin Castro, I remember when he was kind of a big deal to be joining the Yankees from, I think, the Marlins is where he started. Chris Archer, Kenley Jansen, Josh Reddick, Matt Skazur. Not a bad one there. Matt Chapman, rookie. Maybe the third best card in the set. So we're actually getting kind of all the big rookies that you'd want to get other than Judge. And again, Judge does not have just a regular rookie card in here. It would be like a pro debut or a MLB debut card or an all-star game card. Oh, what? Wow, that's a nice hit, you guys. So that is a gold card. There are only 2,017 of these in existence. So that's actually a really nice hit. So this will be numbered to 2017 on the back, as all the gold cards are numbered to the number of the year. In this case, 2017. So this is 1049 out of 2017. That is a really cool hit that I did not expect out of this product. So wow, I didn't even. I mean, I knew. I mean, I've seen this card, this base rookie card before. So to get a gold one of it is pretty nuts. Not what we came for, but happy to have it. I think Matt Chapman is still on the Braves. I might be wrong about that, but I know that's where he was when I last kind of paid attention to him. Gary Carter. Pedro Martinez. So I think this is an SP, so it might have some value. Pretty sure that's an SP, so that could be worth, $5 to $10. I don't know what Pedro Martinez collectors are doing right now in the hobby, but that could be a pretty solid card. Alright, Jose Ramirez. Now, I think these are all gonna, nope, just a few horizontal cards. Mark Leiter Jr., this guy is getting his butt lit up by batters all across the AL right now. He's pitching for the Yankees, and boy, I get a little scared. Actually, a lot scared whenever that dude comes in the game. Not a fan. Sal Romano. Birds in the garden. Jorge Bonifacio. Paul Goldschmidt now with the Yankees and having a heck of a kind of a comeback year. Although maybe he never really went away, but he's just sort of, kind of in the twilight of his career. He's been playing for a long time and putting up huge numbers. Steven Strasburg with the All-Star Game card there. Ulieski Gurriel, rookie card, rookie debut. Brandon Moss, Michael Conforto, Craig Kimbrell, Miguel Montero, Sean Newcomb, Delta Airlines, featuring Luis Severino, Bryce Harper All-Star Game card. Again, so Judge does have a card in here in the All-Star Game set. You guys. Alright, very cool. So this is not the regular All-Star Game card. This is the Home Run Derby card, but I'm sure it's worth, $10 because it is still a rookie. Justin Haley, Stuart Turner, and one of these cards where it's a buyback card where they go and buy, an old Topps card and then put the Rediscover Topps stamp on there. So all in all, I'd say a pretty successful pack right there. We got one of the Judge rookies that's in here. We got a really cool Chapman rookie gold, and I think we got a Pedro SP. Those image variation cards, they can be anything from SP to SSP. Some of them are quite rare and therefore valuable, but pretty sweet little lineup there. So congrats to Tom on that pack. I think that's a very solid pack there. I don't know what the values of these cards, like that gold one, are, but hopefully they're high. And yeah, we will get these shipped out to Tom ASAP. I'm probably gonna take all the hits from those older packs and just put them with the top-loaded cards so they're a little bit protected. And then we'll ship all this stuff out, minus the stale gum and old wax wrappers. Okay. Thanks again, Tom. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. And yeah, if anybody ever wants to order anything from the site hotcardboard.com, send me an email at info@hotcardboard.com and let me know you want it opened, relatively soon after you order, just so I don't ship it up and set it up before I see your email. And I'll be happy to do a video like this for you. So hopefully I can get some more stuff on the site for y'all to look at. And we'll do more orders like this in the future. But either way, we should have some content rolling. I have a ton of stuff to get through. Just need to find the time to make videos. So, all right, folks. Thanks again, Tom. See y'all later.